Hello, it's just me today, no Jan. He's busy playing mediocre chess in the Bundesliga. Actually, I don't know how he's doing or how the team is doing. Peter lost today, unfortunately. My coach, he doesn't like playing chess, and it shows. Such are the sad facts of life. You get old, and you start to suck. Okay, I think I'll just get going as soon as possible, accept the first challenge. I think it's gonna be a 5-minute game. Maybe that didn't work. Okay. How about this one? Magnus is poor player. Yeah, that's the one I wanted to accept. I don't know who he's talking about, but I'm sure that his friend or foe named Magnus isn't actually very good at chess. So generally this is considered to give black a pretty comfortable game. That bishop on c5 is quite strong, and I will have some nice play on the king side eventually with f5. So that's why I'm not going knight f6, just to keep the option of playing f5. I'm not too concerned about bishop h6 because I just take back and then I'll have this square for the knight on f4. So I think objectively white is doing absolutely alright, but psychologically it's easier to play black. That's how I feel, at least. So f6, I'm still not worried about bishop h6. This guy has severely provoked me with his username, and now I shall beat him quite mercilessly. At least that is my hope. So my plan is very, very simple. Knight f4 coming, attack on the g file. Now he just gifts me time, which I'm quite thankful for. Yeah, with the knight coming to f4, queen e2 is, I think we can more or less safely say, never a good idea. So I have many options: bishop g4, rook g8, kind of like queen d7. Just looks nice. And again, it's not like my position is winning, it's just so easy to play. And I'm looking forward to hopefully a fairly comfortable start. I'm looking at lines like knight h4, rook g8, g3, bishop, queen h3, king h1, queen h4, gh, bishop g4, f3, bishop h3. Now I just saw that instead of f3 he may go rook g1. Even that is not clear after knight h3. So there were some very interesting lines there. But I think knight d1 is more solid. Now I don't, as far as I can see at least, I don't have an immediately decisive attack. I just have a very pleasant position. So the rating of 1500. Does that mean that he created this particular account today just to play me? I must say I'm quite honored. Thank you for buying premium. Magnus is a poor player. Appreciate it. Yeah, now the idea is g3, bishop h3, and then rook g1 fails to bishop f2. So I think that's going to be fairly painful. He has to give up the exchange, I think. But then I may not even take it. Yeah, not this way though. I should just have left the rook on f1. Yeah, he's not threatening anything, so I may as well just castle. Yeah, again, gf fails to queen g2 or bishop g2 with mate on the next move. Queen d1, no, I'm sorry, queen d2 is a better move. Now knight g1 would be nice, except bishop g2 wins the queen. And this one, yeah, it's not mate immediately, at least, but f5 coming, and position is very much winning. But he has fought relatively well, I have to say. It was not a bad effort from Magnus, as a power player. Or just is poor player. Just taking it easy. No need to allow queen a7 or any such nonsense. And rook to f8 on f3 is overloaded. It can't be, I think overloaded is the right word. It can't be protected anyway, because this just drops the queen. And I suppose he's going to play to mate, which is his absolute right. Okay, thanks for the game. Let's see. And I got a white game. Shostakovich, FM. Clearly a very decent player. Let's play d4. And c4. Wow. He's really going to go for the real stuff. So what do you think? He's going to play King's Indian or the Grenfell? I don't know. Going to play something weird. At least I got him thinking. That's... And apparently my picture was frozen for the first time today. Promised I would fix the problems. I didn't. I'm a pathological liar. I cannot blame my parents. They raised me well. It's just me. So he's gonna go for... I think he's very likely a King's Indian player, because he's going to go for King's Indian kind of setup, which is absolutely fine by me. Rook e8 is being very careful in preparing e5. Now he actually cannot play e5 because DE and there's no knight move, which would prepare. Which would attack e5, because bishop on b2 or knight on c3 is not hanging. The whole bishop f5 business I'm not so sure about, especially now combined with knight t7. Feels like knight h4, and his bishop is really short of squares. I suppose, yeah, something like this isn't disastrous, but it's very clear that positionally I'm in the driver's seat now, and it's not that easy for him to create counterplay. So queen c2 is kind of a nothing move. It just feels natural, and a4 I'm not so sure. I think that's just more likely to be a weakness than not for him. Bishop h, I go bishop a3 just not to allow a3, and now I'll move my rook from a1 then, or maybe c5 immediately, and then his queen side may be in a bit of trouble. I think there's no reason not to go rook c1, and yeah. So I may take on a4, but I'm just going to keep it simple. cd and bishop f3. And now he's just toast positionally, because he cannot really move the knight because the bishop b7, and if I get to take on d5, that's just very, very bad positionally speaking. And yeah, he's prepared he's gone king h8, rook g8, preparing an attack, but with the bishop on f3, it's plain to see that the attack doesn't in fact exist. So I believe he's just busted here. And now, yeah, once again, yeah, he's taking his time, but it's a little bit late, because it's very hard to come up with any good advice here. So I don't think queen c8 is too bad, but that pawn on a4 looks really, really tasty. So I'm gonna have myself a bite. Rook a8 doesn't win a piece because of queen b3. Then if queen a5, d6 is hanging, so he doesn't even get that. It's just very, very bad for him now. Yeah, that's the line I was talking about. Queen a2, bishop d5, rook c7. And yeah, I'm a pawn up and I'm about to win about 3 more, so it usually means that he's in trouble. No, about 2 more, I was gonna say, so 3 in total. That's more fair. Yeah, I like that game. Was a nice positional win, in my not so humble opinion, as they say. Okay, let me try another one. Shmoliki. Who is that? From Israel. He's going 1e4. Just gonna see if the users of Chess24 have prepared something special against the Norwegian rat this time. He's going e5. Good stuff. Go for the throat. Do it. Yeah. He's going for blood. I like it. This is basically the whole point of the system, by the way, that you don't actually need to protect h5. You just ignore it and hope for some active play. Yeah, I don't really know what the theory is here. Let me try and think that. I want to go knight f4. Worried about knight b5 though. Knight g2, king f1. So if I go knight f6, how is that with regards to tempi? So usually it's knight c3 in the Scandinavian, queen d6, d4, knight f6, bishop e2, g6. That's a transposition, no? Knight c3, queen d6, d4, knight f6, bishop e2, g6. Yeah, okay. I don't know if knight f6 is good. It's just too funny not to play. Yeah, so now we're back in queen d6 Scandinavian instead, funnily enough. Yeah, depends on your taste. Some might not think that is funny at all, but I do. Or interesting anyway. c6, may also have gone a6, but you can only make one move at a time. So I'm just gonna play very solidly here. Bishop g4, chop on f3, knight d7, e6. Solid. How I'm going to win the game, that's a different question. So he's going for a plan with bishop g3. The thing about this queen d6 system is that you always have the square on b4. So getting chased from. I think I just lost my webcam. A portable webcam. How stupid is that? Okay, here we go. Should be noted that if he'd gone. If he'd gone if he'd gone a3 instead, I couldn't have taken on b2 because of and I still cannot take there, but I can go queen a5 back. I hope that's more or less okay now. He has gone bishop c4. Why is it allowing me to take on f3? That seems very strange. Usually I give up that bishop without getting any sort of structural advantage from it, and now he's just got a weakness on f3, so now instead of him being slightly better, I think I'm slightly better instead. And my position is very easy to play, and I just got no weaknesses whatsoever, so that seems like a very puzzling decision from my opponents. I may go queen h5. I'm just gonna take knight e4. I think he's got to go rook e4. Fe drops a pawn to knight b6. Might not be the worst pawn to lose, to be fair. He's going to get some compensation in that case, but recommending it would be a massive stretch. I think I may be in time with some tactics here, since his rook on d2 is undefended. Yeah, I think he may have missed that. I can just take on d4. And we're going to get opposite colored bishops probably, but that is very unlikely to help him. I got a healthy extra pawn and a bit of a positional advantage as well. Bishop e5 was a bit dumb, but now I'm preparing rook c5, going for that pawn on h3. And once his rook is passive, I may start walking the king off the board. Don't think he's going to be able to defend f4. And if we're trading d4 for f4, I'm pretty happy. Having said that, maybe I'm even happier with taking b2 than hopefully getting back to eating f4 later. Yeah, so this is going to be a fairly simple mop-up job, I think. Rook f3, then king h5 is coming. She shouldn't have resigned though. He had bishop c4, king h4, bishop f1, and he's still fighting. So I think his position is lost, but the resignation was a little bit premature. Okay, let me see. What have we got? Gonna accept, I think, a 3-minute challenge now. Teacher USA. I assume that's some kind of American teacher, but he or she does not show their nationality. Yeah, in spite of the username, Americans aren't too proud of their nationality these days. At least some of them are not. Sadly. Yeah, dc5 is a stupid move. I just didn't feel like playing d5, so. And I'll try to confuse the teacher by playing a bit non-theoretically. I assume I should change queens, or maybe knight c3 is better. Yeah, I'm making all of this up as I go along. I really don't think that this is a theoretical position at all. But how bad can it be? So d5 does not work yet, because after massive exchanges, then h7 it's going to drop. And this one might not be that bad. I was thinking at first that it's a bit dangerous to allow knight e5 followed by f4, but I'm assuming now that okay, I'm just gonna play it. It's starting to look like a typical line of whatever you call it, Carlsen, Taimanov, Khan, I don't know, Sicilian, where black needs to set up with d6 and e5 to kind of counter the play that I might get on the king side. But b6 is a terrible blunder. Now e5, and after, yeah, if his knight moves, then bishop h7 is the simplest of tactics. And it's not even that easy just to get away with losing the knight for a pawn, since it's only 2 squares with the queen are e3 and c5, and then I take on f6, and I'll have to take back of the pawn, which will weaken his king and presumably lead to quick mate or material losses. So, yeah, just goes to show one bad moment and the game is gone. My opponent had played a number of good moves before that, but when you make one bad blunder, it generally doesn't help. So I'm just gonna go bishop e4, takes, and if queen c4, I'm gonna go queen g5, king h8, knight g5, I'm sorry, queen h6, rook g8, and then knight g5 coming. Or it's a shame he resigned. I had so many nice options after rook g8. I had knight d6 winning the queen, knight g5 mating, maybe even queen h7 was mating, but I doubt it. I think it was only a draw by perpetual, but also rook f3 was mating. Okay. Okay, so we got an IM here. I got white again. That was lucky. Pere Garriga. Should know who that is. I don't, so I'm not as in touch with chess as I used to be. But it's nice, a 3-minute game, and we'll see what happens. Oh, he plays this way. Yeah, I know it's gonna get very theoretical. I'm not sure I like that, but I don't really have a choice. It's really the only way to. He does this. Yeah, this I just don't know at all. So, yeah, I have no idea what the theory says here. I probably should, but I don't. Okay, queen b3 back. Knight a5, I'm going to go queen b2. Not going to make a draw. Quite yet. Drop back with the bishop. And I'm hoping to claim that, after all, his lack of, well, not castling rights, but his difficulty in castling is an important factor. So now I suppose I need to play actively. No, okay. The intention is king f7, knight e4, obviously, and then c4. He goes f5. It's not that easy. Anyway, I gotta play faster. Finding it surprisingly hard to crack his position here. I feel like I should be better, but it's not that easy. This I'm a bit suspicious of. Leaving the knight out to dry on a5. Suppose maybe you can get away with it. Yeah, now I just need to play faster. Just burning all my time. I'm not finding the solutions. maybe knight e4, I don't know. Queen c7, okay. My moves aren't particularly good, but I cannot spend too much time anymore. So now I'm hoping if... Okay, this looks very suspicious. I think CB on the previous move was also good, but no, maybe it was just better. But I'm still doing very well, but time is starting to become an issue. Bishop d6, the idea is knight e4. Yeah, so that's why he goes for this. Yeah, he can take on b6, but he didn't do that. I'm in serious danger of losing on time here. Queen b4, I like this. I feel like I'm getting some momentum back. Yeah, now I just gotta play fast. Oh, I don't have auto queen, that's a problem. My technique is abysmal, I'm just so slow. Oh, that was close. Wow. Okay. Before I do anything more, I guess I'm just gonna... Okay. That was a good game. It wasn't a good game, but it was a good fight. And Pere Garriga fought very well, and he had every right to expect something from that game. Okay, I'm gonna try something a bit slower. 5-minute game now. D5. Bishop. How should I make this interesting? Okay, so the answer is it ain't that easy. Knight f3, however, is a bit of an inaccuracy. Because now I get c4, then bishop to f5. And knight to h5. And yeah, this is the kind of position as black you're happy, since you're definitely not worse and probably already a bit better. But people who played with white aren't too unhappy either, because this is at least before the London system got popular, this is the kind of position people were used to getting. You just didn't really play the London for an advantage. You just wanted a solid position where you can play, which with no pretension of playing for an advantage, just not necessarily even for equality. just a position. So should I castle, or is that premature? I guess I'll just castle. It doesn't feel like my opponent has particularly evil intentions, I have to say. So I can go knight a5, but I feel like he goes rook a to e1, knight b3, queen d1. I'm not sure what I've what's the word, achieved. And so I'm trying to just push b4 instead. I guess I can just go b4 immediately. After general exchanges, then I would have had rook b8 and stacking up on the b pawn. Queen b2 was a terrible move. He had the chance there of playing something, f5, exactly f5, and then I would have to play rook b8 in order to discourage rook b1. It's not like my position would have been bad, it's just that now I'm clearly better, and in that case it would have been unclear. I'm just trying to calculate if gf is any good. If ef, then I will take on c2, everything takes on c2, take on d4, and a1 will hang in the end. I can take on c2, but it doesn't have to take back. That's the problem. You can go f3, for instance. Okay, so it's going for fg and then knight f3, which is sensible. I just go bishop f6 to protect, and he doesn't have any attacks. Actually, bishop f6 is a really lazy move. Could have gone rook b3, just winning c3 and getting clear advantage. I suppose that possibility won't run away, but yeah, this is unfortunately bad for him, because he just loses a piece of queen c2, take back and take on g5, and if rook c2, I just take on a1. That's going to be the ball game. Now my rook from b2 is protecting my queen, so he doesn't have time to make an in-between move. Guess I'll just go king g7. He has to go knight h3, I guess, but in reality the outcome of the game isn't that much in doubt at this point. It's very much a case of being a rook up for very little. I guess I'll just go rook h8. g4 is impossible. I push the pawn, why not? Yeah, he's fighting as best as he can, but it's a lost cause. Guess we'll just take on g5. It's a bit brutal, but knight e6, queen e6, queen g6. I don't think that was very good, but feels like a decent way to get the game over with. Now king f3, f5 traps the bishop, so that was the little trap I was hoping for. He doesn't give up though. But it's starting to look pretty bad. and that's the rook. So now he's really in for it. Okay, good game. Let's go on to the next. Okay, let's try this one. Clio PL. Clearly somebody from Poland. It's pretty good at both bullet and blitz. So it's gonna be a nice little challenge. Yeah, I'm gonna just see again if people have learned from the previous Banter Blitz, in which I implored my opponent to take on e4. You just cannot let such a tasty pawn go untasted. But he also feels like he's sinning against chess by not accepting that gift. Actually, if he had gone knight f6, I could have played d3, and that would have been, in my opinion, quite hilarious transposition to the bishop game, which usually comes from 1 e4, e5, bishop c4, knight f6, d3, c6, knight f3, d5, bishop b3. Okay, so f6. That does not smell right to me. I have to say that. So I have options. I can go d4, d, knight d5. It's not easy. So many tempting options. Yeah, once again, I'm just burning time. Okay. Whatever, knight c3. If bishop e6, then d4 looks really strong, so I suppose he has to go d4. And d4, I'm not going to say what I will play, but it will not be knight d2. Would have been knight b1, haha. No, I would have gone knight e5, knight e5, fe5, queen h5, king d7, queen e5. And because of the threat of queen e6, I think I got d4 as well. It looks like I have a very interesting game. But now, bishop e6, d4. Again, dude, why is this better than taking on e4 on move 3? I mean, why would you rather want this position? Now I've developed 3 pieces, you develop 1. You weaken your position with f6. You're 3 moves away from castling. I'm 1 move away from castling. Everything points to my position being vastly superior. Often rules can be broken in chess, but I do not believe this time that he can afford this. So I think this is just very poor. And yeah, so now he may win a pawn, but don't think it's gonna matter. ED wouldn't surprise me if castles is good, but I think I'll just go knight e4. Not want to give up material unnecessarily. Queen e7 is a creative try. Maybe there was something else, but d5 just looks crushing. CD, knight d5, amongst other things. The fork on c7. Knight a6. Okay. Why not? Castle if you can. That's the famous movie title goes. Sure, his plan is knight c5 or knight c7, but if I want a simple option, which I think at this point I want, I'll just take on g8 and take on c6. Yeah, this isn't a good idea either. Knight e4. It just looks so juicy. Knight coming to f5. Possible fork. And nowhere near castling. He is. A bit surprised it's not mate quite yet. I want to stick with the bishop. Even attacking b7. Oh! That was really lazy and dumb. That's why you don't take with the bishop, because you allow queenside castle. Well, I'm still much better, but that was lazy. That was a mouse slip. I wanted c3. That is just so dumb. But still completely winning. Just too big a positional advantage to squander. And some little tactics. Let's do this just for fun. Obviously everything else was better, but it's still completely winning. And oh, that was a bit risky. And that's now 5 pawns, which is a bit more than he can bear, I think. He's trying, but he has absolutely no target for attack. That's the thing about being many pawns up, then your pieces usually have good squares. Okay. Anyway, he fought well after a disastrous opening, so gotta give him that. Okay, let me try this one. This is gonna be tough. Mareko is a very good player. It was pretty much 2700 last year. And now he's tuning into Banter Blitz. That's great. We love to have good players here. Get some real challenges. Okay, 1e5. Am I going to hit him with some World Championship prep? Yeah, I guess I am. And d4. That's what I used to beat Fabi in the first playoff game. Yeah, but Mareko is he's a very positional player, so it makes sense that he's just going for the d4 square here. He feels like he hasn't done anything wrong. He's got those dark squares, and everything's gonna be fine. On the other hand, I will get a relatively easy game. I will go king h2, and I will presumably play f4. So that's interesting. It's just... Okay, maybe I can go bishop b3. Knight c2 doesn't seem to work. No tactics with knight g4 or anything. You can go bishop g4. Then still bishop d4, and I think I'm doing quite well. Knight d7. I'm not sure I'm too crazy about that move of his. Oh, I just realized why my move was bad. Well, there were many reasons. No, I wanted obviously to go bishop d4. No, knight d4, e4, bishop f2, and to preserve my bishop, but then he would just play b5, trapping the knight, so I gotta do something else. But in such a position, it's not necessarily a disaster to lose some time. And again, if he does take on e2 at any point, I will take back with the queen. If he takes on e3, take again. Technically, he's exchanged some of the right pieces, but I'm not sure it will lead to anything particularly good for him, because I still have a space advantage and good control over the center. So now I'm just making more or less neutral moves, because it's not that easy to clarify the situation in the center. And I'm never really sure whether I actually want to play f5. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay. So now I'm finally preparing to take on d4. So now I assume he's gonna do something about it, to the effect of no, actually he wasn't, which surprises me a bit. Am I not just winning a pawn here? Take a5. He does get some play, but I don't think in any way sufficient. Queen back. b4 feels good. I think I'm gonna get the e5 square for my pawn. I'm not sure how juicy the pawn on b7 is, so I'm just gonna reroute some pieces instead. He's fighting well, I gotta say. Okay, I gotta play faster. This game is gonna go down to the wire. Bring f5. I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah, he's gonna lose some time. Unfortunately for him, that's mate. Okay, very tough game again. Just a very difficult positional fight in which I don't think that I played so great, but yeah, it was just a little too slow at the end. Okay, let me try this one. It's a woman FM. Wow, Tani. She has a good rating though. 3 minutes, I thought this was 5. Okay, let me try a move I haven't tried so far, which is 1f4. But it was good to... It's good enough to beat a former world champion who is now retired from classical chess, so hopefully it's good enough against Tani as well. So I suppose some exchanges on c6 shouldn't be too bad. I don't like this one. I think she should just have taken on c6 while she had the chance. So now I think I'm getting a huge grip. Maybe I'm losing my grip. Who knows? Knight c5 looks nice. Bishop moves, then c6 is hanging. Yeah, and if this, the aforementioned grip is very much in place. Yeah, so the idea is knight e6, I'm just gonna go bishop a3 and ooh, e6, that is super ugly. e4, I suppose. If this, yeah, just go de and her knight is absolutely squashed. Maybe I have to exchange queens now, which is not a problem at all. Rook e8. I like this one. Take away every single square. She literally has no good squares for any of her pieces. And that means, normally means anyway, that her game is lost. And I now got the plan of rook to f1 next, f7 will fall. And there's simply nothing she can do. It's just completely bust. And this doesn't help at all. She's just losing a pawn for very little compensation. Okay, that was a bit naive on my part. Because I wanted rook f7, but I now see that knight f5 comes. Okay. Yeah, that was a bit unnecessary. That was a bit unnecessary. Okay. Knight bishop g5. Obviously not gonna exchange that one. a4. Underline her helplessness. Yeah, this doesn't help at all, unfortunately. f5, ef. f7. And I think she's gonna resign. Okay, yeah, that was. Gotta be careful with accepting those weak pawns earlier on, because there might be a whole bunch of weak squares around it, and may ruin the whole game. We got a Norwegian. Wow, smack my bishop. Okay, and I got white again, which I think is absolutely underserved. But there we go. G6. That is brave. Playing a flank opening against me. So this has been my my pet system for this against the modern for a while, especially in rapid and blitz. But I don't think it's particularly good. So warning if you play the modern against me in the classical tournament, I will quite probably play something else. Bishop g4. Okay. Now this is really asking for something, isn't it? e5. Yeah, looks good. One of the ideas is d bishop f7. And if the knight moves immediately, then this doesn't help, unfortunately. D, knight cannot move because f7 is hanging. And smack my bishop may end up smacking one of my bishops, but he will not win the war, sadly. So you gotta be careful with the kind of moves like bishop g4 when the bishop is on c4, because f7 is always a theme. But it's, again, one of the things that you learn with more experience. So is he gonna smack my bishop or is he not? That is the question. She is. That's good. That's good. Gotta live up to your nickname. Rook g8, queen b7. And he's gonna lose even more material. Check. Doesn't help though. The rook is still lost, and that's a nice checkmate. Okay, tack för partiet. Pröv en omgång. So I'm gonna first and foremost try and play people I haven't played before, and if I do accept a challenge against somebody I've played before, then it's a mistake, because either I misclicked or I don't remember that I played you, which I'm sorry about. That's just my narcissism. Okay. The Dalai Drama. Who's this? He or she is quite good at blitz. Hasn't played classical. Okay, 1e4. Let's go. Okay, that was a quick reply. We got ourselves a Sicilian. Yeah, he's noted that I've struggled here, so it's a good choice. What should I do? c4? It's not a very good line, but played it a couple of times in the World Rapid and Blitz. I have to say, without any success. But and again, so this is what I had against Vichy in the World Championships with the pawn on a6. I do believe it's a better version for black with the pawn on a7, but I feel that this endgame is still no picnic. So I don't think it's something that black should be going for. I feel like you really need to take on c3 now, otherwise I get knight e4 and clearly better. So you should go bishop c3, and now again, since his pawn is not an a6, b6 is not weakened, which is an improvement for him, but I still have the bishop pair and easier play, so complain I should not. And h5. And I see no particular reason not to follow what I did against Vichy, because again, that's the infamous game where I blundered horribly. With king d2, I think. But he didn't see it. He could have just gone knight e5 and won the game on the spot, but he didn't, and I won the game and the championship. So there you go. One of the most nervous minutes of my chess career. That has to be said. So this I don't think is too great. Now I just win this pawn, and he can take on e5. But I wouldn't have done that if I was him, because this really is an eternal pin, I think. Question is if I can take advantage of it, but I feel like it's very likely that I can. I wanted to play c5 just to bury his bishop as well, with, let's say, bc c4, but then he can go c5, king d5, which would have been a bit of a bummer. Okay, king d2, I suppose. I should warn you that if g5, I may cash in. Yeah, I may do that. Not proud of it, but I think I'm going to do it since, let's say, if bishop g3, I don't see a plan, so I should just cash in. If knight g4, I have king e2, so it doesn't win anything. Oh! No. Okay. I thought for a moment there I allowed knight g4, king e2, knight h2, but then I have bishop f4 winning the knights. And if he goes e5 immediately, then I should not go f3 as I'd originally planned because of knight h2, but I go king e1 first, and he still has knight g2. Damn it. So I have to go g3, which is super ugly. But beggars can't be choosers. But this game turned very interesting. He disconnected. Why does he do that? Some serious Dalai drama now. No, come on, don't just disconnect. He's just teasing me. He's back. He was just teasing. What were you doing? Sorry, bad connection here. Yeah, no kidding. It's okay though. I just keep missing stuff. Okay, I mean, I just had bishop g2, which is it's just luck. To be honest, it's just pure luck that I have bishop g2 here, and that there was not a draw on the spot. Or maybe even worse, like if I'd moved the g5 bishop, then he had bishop a6 first, and I would lose both c4 and a2, and maybe I would have to fight very hard for a draw. But now I believe I still have winning chances. Yeah, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. e4, I guess I'm gonna give a check. I don't think e4 was the best chance. No. This bishop is hopefully going to come alive. King e3, I suppose. a6. Yeah, but he's losing the thread now. Bishop f5. Yeah, I guess I should give a... it's not that easy. Bishop c7. Not king d2 because of knight a3. So king f4 instead. Bishop e4. Yeah. And those 2 pawns are a bit too much. Good game though. He had a number of tactical tricks there, and frankly it was more due to luck than anything else that I managed to escape it with a still superior position and win. So good fights, definitely good fights. Okay, let's try this one. Jonathan Garcia, a Spaniard. Okay, what do I want to try? I still haven't really gotten a good game with, or interesting game with this particular line, so I'm gonna try again. Everybody just takes on d5. Why are you doing this? I want to see e5. I want to see something interesting. Now I'm just fine. c5 is coming. I just got a good game. But he hasn't done anything wrong. But it's just a little bit dull, I have to say. Now, got a little trick. If rook b7, then I would have had actually, this was probably not the most brilliant idea. Okay. I was just so focused on this trick with bishop g4, rook b7 that I would have had knight a5. But he went wrong pretty quickly, so now I'm just pawn up with very little compensation. And obviously, due to the opposite color bishops, he's going to be able to fight for a long time, but it's going to be an uphill battle, that's for sure. But he's doing fine. It's 1500. I've definitely seen 1500s or much better players play magnitudes worse than this. So he's doing fine. And where is e6? Always a good idea to occupy some squares. He's setting a little trap. He's hoping for queen c2. then he would have gone rook d8. b1 is not hanging because the bishop is protecting. He would have won the queen. Should have been noted that if he had, he changed everything on the previous move with rook d8, rook d8, rook d1 instead of rook d3. That I would have taken, and queen c4 would have been a double attack against e4 and a2. I'm just saying that because normally I wouldn't just play rook d8, facilitating the exchange of all four rooks, unless there was some tactical finesse to it. He's fighting well. This is the best plan. Just trying to soften my light squares, but it's not going to be enough. He should have taken e6 though. Then I would have had to play fe, because queen e6 doesn't look too great, and yeah, this unfortunately loses the rook. And that bishop on g7 has been very happy now for a long time. And again, I suppose he's playing to mate, which is okay. It's not going to take that long. Just push those pawns. My technique isn't great, but who cares? It's not as if I'm going to spoil this. And that's it. Okay, sir. Good fight. 52 moves. That wasn't bad. Let's see. Gonna do a few more. I'm not quite done yet, but we'll see just how many. Okay, let's try this one. It's a very... The Dillinger escape plan? Is that a ban? Or is that a wartime strategy? Or what? Maybe somebody in the chat can educate me. Yeah, this is a really dumb gambit, but who cares? Basically giving up a pawn for some tempi. He's playing so fast. Has he seen all of this before? Looks too dumb for that to be the case, but who knows? There's theory on everything these days. Queen e7 is maybe over subtle. And we'll see. Oh, queen e2. That doesn't seem very good, because now knight c6, I'm gaining time. Queen e3, knight h6 could be very nasty. I'm threatening both knight f5 and knight g4 in case it goes c3. And if he does play c3 now, I'll probably play knight f6. Maybe something else. At least I'm pretty happy. Huh, that's an interesting move. Very interesting. Knight d4. Knight e5, queen e5, queen e4, knight c2, king d1, queen e4, bishop e4, knight a1, knight c7, king d8, knight a8, knight f6. Yeah, I don't have to do that. I can go knight. Oh, he can take on c4. Okay, then I go knight f6. So, I mean, what I was talking about was knight d4, knight d5, queen e5, then he could take on c4 rather than... What? Is this a mistake? There must have been something wrong here. I don't believe he would just give me a piece for no reason. And now he's losing more material. Castles runs into mate with knight f3. Otherwise, c2 is hanging. And all sorts of carnage. Yeah, that was weird. To be fair, I don't think his position was great at that point anyway. But anyway, just giving up a piece was really weird. Let me see. Okay, let's try this one. Joris 01, a young Dutchman. I think he beat, if I'm not completely mistaken, he may have beaten, was it Luke? Was it Fres? Maybe it was Fres. At an earlier Banter Blitz. I think I tuned in just to watch him beat one of those guys. So he's clearly a fairly good player. But, Joris, you gotta make a move. You gotta be ready. That's task number 1. So he's playing, well, these young guys are playing the trendy stuff. It's what all the experts play against the Trumpovsky. E6 I'm kind of happy to see though. Because now I get a fairly easy game. When I get the chance, I'll go f4. Why not? I'm not sure he should have been so eager to castle there, to be honest. Because my attack will probably kind of play itself. And also, CD is a little bit dubious positionally. ED is always nice. My grip on e5 will get even better. He should go 98, I think. But I'll just have to settle for something like bishop e7. And yeah, it's just a normal game. Maybe knight e5 was a bit over-optimistic. Rook e8, I don't understand at all. Don't see how that can lead to anything good. Yeah, h6, maybe his idea was knight d7, and then he discovered bishop h7, winning on the spot, but this is also not very good. I should have taken on f6, but I was hoping for knight d7 in order to get the chance to go for this. And really want to play rook f7 now. Queen f7, bishop h7, king f8, rook f1, bishop f6. I think bishop g6 is pretty good. But maybe you can just take on h7, queen f7. Yeah, it's too tough. I mean, I have a pretty much winning position after queen h4, so it's really would really be senseless to risk it all just to play for the audience. I never cared about the audience anyway. That's not me. So, apologize again for all the technical difficulties that are apparently not quite over yet. So I'm deciding whether to go rook f7. Guess there's really no reason to. And yeah, I'm wasting a lot of time. It's not like it's going to be an issue anytime soon. The thematic move in all of these positions is obviously rook f6, but I haven't been able to make it work quite yet. It's probably going to go queen g5, but I don't think it helps. Just queen f3 back, and none of his problems are solved. h4, queen g3, f5, that fails to ef, but if king h8 I would have finally gone for rook f6. Yeah, sorry Joris, I don't think this was your best effort. Okay. I am a bit lucky though, getting white against all of these very strong players. Okay. So we got ourselves another game. Baruda, Norwegian. Love to see so many Norwegians here today. It's very encouraging. And looks like he's playing a solid opening. But c5 may have taken him a bit by surprise. Maybe not. But he's got himself Queen's Gambit and tempo up, which by all accounts is not bad. May not fit everybody's definition of great, but what does? Maybe bishop f5 wasn't so great. Just trying to prevent bishop e5 naturally. Then he might have gotten a really nice grip over this e5 square. I feel like my bishop belongs in g7 in these kinds of positions. It's trying to be tricky. You don't always have to trade. Now we got a lot of trades. No, dude, you gotta take back. You gotta take back the knight. What are you doing? You cannot just put the knight on e5 and then not take back. I would have won a pawn, but now you just gave me a knight for nothing. And that is not a luxury you can afford yourself against me. So now it's gonna be an uphill battle. Fine. It's also lost a pawn now. I'll grab one more, takes an f6. I will just take back, I will castle. And very soon, I think, cash in the point. Rook d2. Guess doubling rooks is not necessarily a bad idea. Trying to... Oh, I'm so dumb. My point with e3 was queen e3, bishop g5. But that's pretty senseless. Yeah, all these game exchanges are not going to help you, sir. You're still a bishop down. And there will be no salvation in this game. But you're going to last a number of moves, so if that was the goal, then good for you. Yeah, now the pawn is queening. Mate is going to be coming quite swiftly. And there it is. Okay, thanks for the game. I'm gonna do 2 more games and then I'm leaving. Okay, let's try this one. 3 minutes. Nietzsche 90. Nikola Tesla. Oh. He's been revived. In Poland, no less. It's big news. So let's see. I'll try and play my old favorite line against Taimanov, Khan, whatever you want to call it. I think Queen E1 was recommended once. I never really got the point, but as I had one game early on in the banter today, in which I talked about how that position sort of looked similar to this one. So now I guess people who saw that game will get the point. Should I go Queen E3? Maybe. Doesn't look so bad. There must be some point to all of this, right? Hoping that I'm gonna get a nice grip on d6. And if he does play b5, I shall go knight b6, take on c8, and play a4. b4, I don't trust, I have to say. Most of all because queen g3 is a double attack, which I could have done before a3, a4, sorry. And why did I not play queen g3 immediately? Did I think that a4 was better to include? No, I just did not see it yet. But I got another chance, so lucky me. Queen, king, e7, yeah. Starting to wonder whether I should actually take that pawn quite yet. But okay, it looks like a nice point, so why not? Yeah, speaking of nice pawns, I also like the looks of that one on a6, so I'm just gonna capture it. Or not just let it slip. So, assuming the queen exchange cannot be too bad. I can actually just take on c5. It's a really arrogant way of playing. Bishop b7. Yeah, again, I'm not sure if this was the best way. I just liked it for the sheer arrogance of it. Just take on g2. I don't care. He does have some threats though. Let's say rook goes to g6, and then I have to be a bit careful, watching out for things like, or rook to g5, watching out for things like knight to g4. But I don't think it's too terrible a threat yet. Oh, now I saw a line, so the line I was thinking of was, so I guess I should just go f3. No, the line I was thinking of was a5, knight g4, f3. Can this please stop happening? b6, but I don't think he's going to find any happiness over there. Rook goes to d1. Okay, let me just reinforce it. e5 coming. Yeah, he has to do this, but the rook ending should be fairly hopeless. He does get the rook on the 7th, but it's too many pawns down. At least that's what I think. Rook c4, going for another one. Yeah, I'm just going to take on h4. Take on b4. Oh, I'm short of time. Damn it. Oh, shit. Have to play fast now. Oh, damn it. Good game. First draw of the Banter Blitz. Didn't have enough time to mate him. That's a bit disappointing. Anyway, as it says, can't win them all. Okay, so last game of the day. Gonna do a 5 minutes because this one was a bit too stressful for my fragile nervous system. Okay, let's try this one. Vicious Seal. I don't think I played Vicious Seal before. I played Baby Seal, but not the vicious older brother. So here we go. Last game of the day. I feel like I'm getting way too many white games. Is that a bug in the system, or is that just the way it is when you play Banter Blitz, that they give you extra whites? Who knows? Knight c3, what is he thinking now? Doesn't he know whether he wants to go for the King's Indian or the Grunfeld? It's hard to say. Okay, h4, that's what everybody does, right? So who am I to do anything else? h5. I guess the idea is that this is somehow a better version for white than normal Grunfeld. The question is, how am I gonna exploit it? Which I naturally have no idea about. Yeah. Normally you castle, because here this is considered to give me fairly pleasant play. That's why I play rook b1 in order to go on d5 after knight c6. The rook is not hanging anymore on a5. Oh, sorry, on a1. So yeah, now we got a normal line, except for the fact that I don't have to play bishop. I haven't spent the tempo on bishop e2, which I normally would. Feel like castling? Not sure quite how to justify it though. Why not? What I probably will do after bishop c3 is queen to a4. That is my current plan. Then he may go b6. And I suppose I should try something along the lines of bishop to c6. Convincing? Nah, wouldn't say so. Most definitely not. Interesting? No, not that interesting. But it's what we got to work with. This, on the other hand, fairly happy to see. Now I got a number of options. I could go bishop e3. If he takes, then f7 is also hanging in some lines. And yeah, it wasn't too hard to talk myself into that one. And if he could just castle, he would obviously be fine, but he does have to spend some time preparing castles. Yeah, b6. And now bishop c6 looks really good to me. Why did it look good? I have no idea. You could just have gone rook c8. Yeah, I'm too tired for this, people. Unfortunately. I don't know why. But haven't really been at my best today. But I guess there will be more chances, and it's been a fun ride anyway, so it's okay. e5. I guess this is not bad. f6, I'll simply move. e4, preparing rook b3. Yeah, he's just toast here. Too many central pawns and too weak a king. So even though material is somewhat reduced, he has very little chance to survive this one. d6 feels good. He has to go back to e8. Then queen g5 looks very good. Oh, rook h7. Sort of. At least prolongs the game. Do I have another? Do I have a better move? Rook b3, again rook g8. And queen g6 is coming. I'm looking at lines with rook d1, rook g8, e5, queen g6. I'm not finding them too convincing, to be honest. Why can't I find a knockout blow here? Why am I so weak at dynamics in chess sometimes? Okay, I'm gonna play it simply. It's really dumb, but what can you do? He's got some fighting chances. Position is objectively winning, but it's not quite over yet. You can fight. Since my pawns are menacing and give me a very strong advantage, but it's not. They're not going to queen. At least not if he plays more or less precisely. Yeah, it doesn't have a threat, so just gonna go rook f5. d7, rook f1. And I wasn't actually intending to take on f6, because then he would have had the e7 square for the king, but now that he moves to g7, then I just take, and e7 is next, so that's gonna be over. He should have tried king f8 back though. But then I can go, I think f7, rook e6, rook g5, and game over. Okay, I think that's it. That was a long session. I was a bit tired today, sorry about that. So the games nor the banter weren't as good as they could have been, but I'm sure we'll get another chance. To everybody who played, thanks so much to everybody who tuned in, and to all of those who didn't get the chance. Sure there will be more, and keep up the good work, and you'll get your chance, I hope. Thank you.